guess when you add, we just subtract.
Subtract.
Yeah.
But remember, you gotta have two equations.
I know, I ain't do the, I gotta do the negative side. I know.
It's a negative. On the trip.
Alright, so that other one would be what?
What? With this one?
That one would be, look at your negative sign. What are you dividing
Oh,
by?
that's gonna be -1.
Yeah, look at what you're dividing by.
Oh, snap.
For the other one.
Right?
This one?
Yeah, so you have to divide by -4 because we wanted the x to be positive. Alright, so our variable always needs to be positive, so, you know, there you go.
Negative 4.
Yeah, but the other one will be,
Five. Right here for that?
yeah, and then the other one, same thing.
Should be.
Yes, sir. So,
That's why you basically first time.
very good. Alright, so, very good.
Alright.
Good, great job, great job.
Alright.
Alright, so make sure that you take a look at this and if you have something different, let us know what you have so that we can kind of take a look at where you probably made an error. Because sometimes our errors, when we talk about, in fact, what is one of the errors that we might make if we're doing absolute value?
Negative signs and all that.
Right, so not putting in our negative sign, you know, because remember we have to put our answer equal to the positive and the negative. So if we forget our negative sign, guess what's going to happen? We'll get the same answer both sides. Right? So we have to remember that this is something that we need to do and we need conscious of. Alright, so that's number 1. Number 2, everybody got number 2? Alright, so same thing, straightforward. Alright? -3 from both sides, and then we divide by the 2, we get 8 and -11. Alright? So remember it says, remember what the absolute value is saying. How far can we get from 19 when we have this equation? So that's what we want to find out. Yes, sir?
Did you grade the trust already?
Finishing it up. So those grades will be in grade by the end of the day.
Who's going to do number 3?
Who has number 3? Now the board is dry, so somebody can do number 3.
Who's going to do number 3 today, right?
You wanna do it? I do number 2.
That's a great student.
Come on.
Hey, don't you have them, -3, -9, subtract?
Alright, I got number
Now you
4.
add.
No. Let's see what happens. What do you think will happen with that -3 and -9?
Let's see what Marie is going to do first.
I forgot.
Say the
I forgot.
Oh, you got number 4? Alright, so we're gonna, Ricardo's gonna do number 4.
Oh, see, I know how to do number 4.
Alright, so what did he do?
We divided.
Divided. Because remember when we talked about it, this is a term unto itself, and we're multiplying it by -3. So we divide. There you go. Morning, sir. How you doing? I need some more. I need some more copies for everybody else.
So what's the answer?
All right, so here we go. So, Malik, very good. So we have x plus 6 is equal to 3, or x minus 6 is equal to 3, and then we subtract on both sides, you cross them out. All right? So add 6 on both sides, you get x is equal to 9, and then x minus 6 minus 3 is equal to -3, plus 6 on each side. -3 plus 6 will give us 3. So so you see how it's coming into shape now. All right? So what about number 4? You ready with number 4? All right, so here go number 4.
Is that those two?
That's the answer?
What's the answer?
Which one? One second. You want to do number 5? You can do number 4 right here. All right, so my leaderboard is still active. Remember that. You know, when I see leaders, I give them the extra points. So.
EY.
Tyrell?
EY.
What you're changing for the second equation is the answer.
Yes, yeah, they
the
going
absolute value equal to the positive and negative of the
They going
answer,
up?
and then solve it.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna get whack.
What you got stuck?
Divide it.
A worksheet too. Yeah, you divide.
Yeah, I know how to do
It's
that.
five.
It's gonna be.
It will have to be
So it's gonna
five.
be n plus 5 equals 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then
N
another,
plus 5
then
equals
n plus
5,
5
and
equals negative 5.
there you go. Sweet.
He got stuck for a minute.
Mr. Lara.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Is it number 6?
I can do it.
Right, n is equal to, right?
Add that shit.
So put n equals 0.
I'm cursing.
Who mother are you?
Yours.
Oh, shit.
Out here doing
I know you better than this, okay? Don't embarrass me.
keep up. Play.
Is it your number? Five?
You know that just like somebody's mother.
So all he do though, I ain't even hold it.
That's for which one? Four?
Alright.
Nah, you a
So
mother.
negative 5 minus 5.
Guys, that's negative.
Alright, sweet. Yeah, there you go. Negative 5.
You think I buy you pencils to use them as jokes?
Girl, be quiet.
Alright, so does anyone have an active? This is 1 minus 9. So it looks like 1 minus 9x is equal to negative 53 because it's multiplied next to the absolute value term. So if we're doing that, we're not going to minus 9 from 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides first. So negative 53 minus negative 1 will give us negative 54. And then we divide by negative 9. Once we divide by negative 9, we get a positive. And then we can construct our two equations. If we didn't get a positive, what would we do?
Change it to a thing.
It would be no solution.
Right, if it were negative, if this remained negative, it would be no solution. So that's what we have to be conscious of. If your absolute value term is equal to a negative, we get no solution. Because we can't have a negative absolute value. Alright? So number 6, what do? Let me give you an example.
My best friend in school, that's what she like you, she like somebody.
Let's put a
So let me give you an example. Here we have 3x cubed minus 4x cubed plus 6x squared plus 1. Alright, so we're adding polynomials. What would be what's the first step that would, for this particular problem? What would be our first step? Multiply what? 1 times what?
Where is that one?
So
Oh, you changed the sign.
So we change the sign, but essentially when we say change the sign, what we're actually doing is doing a distributive property over with -1, right? Without negative sign. So we create, no, this is a different problem that I'm doing.
We get the same thing.
Alright, so now we have 3x cubed minus 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 1. Now what do we do?
Subtract it across.
So what? We
Just go across.
subtract across? How we do that?
Paul has a point, I think he's
Hey,
saying
wait a
we
minute.
combine like terms.
Right, ladies. Ladies. Yeah. And I heard you, but I wanted Paul to clarify himself. So what we do is combine like terms. So where are our like terms? What are our like terms in this?
The ones that have the same exponents.
Remember, when we talk about like term, it has to have the same power, right? Same base, same power. So these are like terms, but this is not a like term. Alright? So we look for all our x cubed and add them up. So we have a positive 3 minus 4, which will give us -1x cubed, or just negative x cubed. And then there are no other x squared, no other just digits, single digits, so we put it down. So 6x squared plus 1. So that's it. So when we're finished. So when we're adding polynomials, all we're doing is combining like terms.
Looking for the same variable, same.
Same variable, same power. That's what we're looking for. All right. Last time, and one of the common mistakes that a lot of students make is that they believe that we're working with the properties of exponents. And when they add these two together, they also add the exponents, but you don't add the exponents. You leave the variables, the powers the same. So this is how we add and subtract. So today, now we're going to talk a little bit about multiplying. All right? So how do you multiply? Distributive property,
Multiply.
right? We multiply our coefficients and add the exponents. So now, because we're multiplying, now we're adding exponents and multiplying coefficients. So that's where we have the difference between the addition and subtraction and now our multiplication. So in this case here, we will multiply our coefficients and then add our exponents. Remember that if you just have x by itself, it has an x. What's its exponent? 1. So now, what would be the answer if we multiply 4x by x squared? We're multiplying 4x times x squared. What will be our answer?
3. 4x to the third power.
4x to the third power. Very good. So we're doing distributive property and multiplying everything inside the parentheses by what's directly outside the parentheses. So here we have 4x squared, 4x cubed. Multiply our coefficient, 4 times 2 will give us
8.
8, and that's, we have 1x and 8x.
To the second power.
8x squared, there you go. And then we have plus 12x. So just like with our addition and subtraction, this is where we finish our problem unless we have two combined like terms.
And don't you see something there, Mr. Allard, that all of them, the way the exponents are, we are starting with the highest exponent, going all the way down.
Right, so that's generally how it's written. It's written with the highest power first. So you start off with your x cubed, then you go your x squared, x, and then your single digits. So that's how we usually write our answers out, or how they usually come. So here's another example. Everybody got this one? You understand how we did? Finished?
Yeah.
All right. So one person finished. Who else is finished?
Me.
You finished? Everybody else got it? What? In that first minute?
Yeah, go ahead, I'm done.
All right. So what do we get? What's our answer, Ricardo?
6x cubed plus 12x squared plus 4x.
All right. So 6x cubed, 12x squared, 3x. All right. So we see we multiply 3x by 2x squared, 3x by 4x, and 3x times 1, 6x cubed plus 12x squared plus 3x. Fantastic. That's very, very good. All right. So there you go. So that's a plus 2 on there for Ricardo. And that's what's going to happen. Ricardo's going to start helping some of y'all out when we start working on the back page. All right. So here's another one. How do we simplify? Well, you fill it in half and solve that problem. Put it in the 6x. Combine them and then
How do you get the exponent? How do you get that?
you get the exponents because you add your exponents. Right?
Alright, I'm done.
Yeah, we can so cheater.
Let me see.
But no, I was just.
Whenever you have x by itself.
That's the answer, Mr. James. Come in. That's the answer right there.
Multiply for
I ain't finished.
coefficient.
No one did it.
Why-
So
why
if you have a
they- why
number
they
or
asking?
a variable with them, by itself.
You trying to cheat. I ain't gonna never know. You're not gonna never know if you don't ask.
Didn't I ask you for that?
Times x, negative 6x. And negative 6 times
positive 2, negative 12. And then you combine your like. Alright?
So those arrows are very, very important. You use those arrows to guide you. Alright? You see what Kamari did? And she combined the like term. Alright. Here we go. So she combined her like term and she got x squared minus 4x minus 12. Alright? So here we go. So once you get to this point, you combine your like term and then you will get your answer. And usually in problems like this, usually in problems of this nature, the only ones that you're actually combining like terms for are your x's.
Hey, now I know how to do that, but that's
It don't look like it though.
that's what I wanted to see right here.
Okay.
Look, I ain't know what to do. You can use an X. I thought it could be one X, but I had to look back at that problem. You plus 1 and then the X.
Yeah.
Just put X.
It means whatever is in the parentheses is multiplied by itself, right? That's what squared means. So in actuality, what we're doing is multiplying. I ain't get that. Let me get mine.
Use your calculator.
I use that.
So we gonna get 5 X squared.
So I see,
Try to say it.
wait a minute, listen up. So I see some of you, what you did was just x minus 5 squared is equal to x squared minus 25 because that's 5 squared, right? That's what you got?
Yeah.
What this means, the parentheses means, is that you're multiplying that entire term by itself. So you're multiplying this entire term by itself. So you're going to multiply, it's going to be x minus 5 times x minus 5. And then what do you do with that? Then you're going to use your FOR method. All right? So we're going to multiply here. And what I want you to do is tell me what's the difference. What happens differently with your answer? Tell me what happens. What happens differently? What would you now have? What would you now have with this answer? You would have what term would you have included in your answer?
Negative.
Look at the other ones. What term would you have included in your answer? What term is missing from that answer that you got?
X squared.
Right, so you have an x squared and a
Negative 10.
and so what's missing? Your x term. Your x term is missing. So that's what we need you need to get. So you need to find out what your x term is.
So that's right.
So work it out.
Take your time.